DWNProductions.net. Masks, busts, props, custom work. If you need something made like a mask, bust, prop, or something in that area, hit me up. DWNProductions.net.
FastCustomShirts.com. Shirts, shirts, shirts. Just a whole lot of shirts. But if you need custom work, I do that as well. Just send me an email, fastcustomshirts@gmail.com.
Well, this was a week. Last Monday. Oh, hey everybody. Welcome to whatever the fuck this is. BOYGOB? I don't know. We're not supposed to say that to the end. So I guess we're over. Get fucked. All right. So yeah, it's been a week, man. This past Monday had a hurricane hit, I guess. You brought it up on the last show, and from what I can remember, I was like, it's not going to be anything. I'm not worried about that. And then I woke up to hear conversations to say, like, oh, the power's out or something. So I was just like, sweet, I'm not working today. I can go right back to bed. So I slept for a few more hours and woke up, went to the bathroom to take my morning salad as I like to do. And Lori said, hey, the water's out. So this isn't my first hurricane. So I grabbed a bag, saw the water pressure and the back faucet was still coming through. So I filled the bag up with a little bit of water, and then I went in the shop to shit in a bucket. And I thought, huh, well, this is something. I guess it's gonna be a day. So the day pretty much consisted of picking up limbs and all that kind of shit that fell down in the yard and bringing them to a pile to get ready to burn. Uh, yeah, it was all right. Like the first day without power and shit. Like, 'cause this, like I said, I've been through a few hurricanes now, and it's not really anything new. I just wasn't expecting it because I wasn't paying attention. I had to get ready for something we'll talk about in a minute, Joe. So yeah, it was just cleaning up the yard and all that shit. And then, later on, just during the day, I went inside to go take a piss because, it's what you do. It's just, what's it called? Force of habit, I
Mm-hmm.
guess you can call it. So I was like, hey, the toilet flushed. And then I opened the tank up and it was slowly trickling in. I could have just went in the fucking house and, I should have figured that out when a little bit of the water pressure was coming through on the back line, but
Yeah, well,
it's
you
all
had
right.
woken up, so I'll give you that, But yeah, there's the water line and the sewer line are a little bit different, so yeah, you can check one against the other. You might still have one running when the other one doesn't. But hey, you've been through hurricanes before. Who am I to tell you what to do? Maybe you like shitting in a bucket. Hey,
I mean, it's not as bad as you'd think it would be. I don't have one, but they actually make like toilet seats to put on buckets for like people on the job sites and truckers and
yeah,
shit, I guess. But no, I mean it's not the fucking best, but I mean it's better than I guess squatting over a fucking hole in the backyard. But hey, we'll get to that squatting that is in a little bit too there, Joe. But yeah, about 30 hours later, the electricity came on, and then the internet came back on, and the water came back on, and then the internet went off, and then the water went off, but the electricity stayed on. I don't know what the hell happened. The storm was over. Why did this shit go off again? But I mean, I was only out 30 hours. There's still people who are still out, and that fucking sucks.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't somebody fucked this up for sure because it was like a category 1, so it shouldn't have, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, a hurricane's a hurricane's a hurricane, but it's not. But still, it's like, what the fuck? They said, I don't they said allegedly Center Point was like me. And they were just like, we don't give a fuck. It ain't gonna nothing's gonna matter. We got better shit to worry about. Mm, good thing I'm not an energy company.
Yeah, well, regardless, those energy companies will still be making money. What are you gonna do, right? Fuck, you know.
Yep. Yeah, so that was whatever. Shout out to everybody who still doesn't have power and you can't watch this. Tee hee, fucking pricks. It was a crisp one, Joe.
Mm.
So yeah, after all that, I did a couple more days of work to make sure I had a bunch of stuff ready for the Texas Honors Convention. Ooh, spooktacular frights in the middle of July. Ooh. So rolled into old Mesquite around I don't know, 2 p.m. ish, I guess. Got there maybe 10, 15 minutes after me, not that much longer. And yeah, that was just a load in day. So we threw all our shit down, did all that, and what did we do? Then we did some errands, I guess you would call them,
Well, let me
Joe.
just say though that I thought that was gonna be a really easy and quick load in. You know, that maybe an hour tops, and that took a fucking long time. I don't know. I'm I'm just slow in my old age, son. But yeah, that shit was taking forever.
Yeah, I think it took me about the same amount of time it usually does. I guess I was just expecting or wanting it to be less because I mean, we didn't really have to be there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Usually it's open on a Friday late,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I guess because Trans World opens up earlier, I guess they're expecting people to make these big, elaborate things and stuff. But yeah, I don't think it needed it. And it closed pretty early on Friday, too, which thought it would have been open for another hour or so, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Thought that was odd. Just the show. I mean, to me is odd because I'm not in the haunter scene or whatever. I mean, you sell stuff that is specific to that. I would say.
I
Uh,
wouldn't say I sell stuff.
you had a good run when they first opened, man.
A
It was
lot of a
person.
lot of, "Hey, that's great," and then they walk away. I got a couple, "Hey, these are too good for haunted houses." "Oh, sweet. Thanks, dog."
Uh, yeah, I didn't do as good as I anticipated, but I did all right. I made some money. The thing with the show is it's not as fun a show for me. Sunday was very just like watching the clock. It took forever for that day to end. You know,
But
uh,
it's over now, and so is the next day.
yeah, yeah, it is. Um,
But, I mean, I don't wanna, like, make it seem like, "Oh, this show sucks."
no, it doesn't.
I
It does.
mean, we didn't do particularly well at it,
Yeah,
but, like, it's a well-run show, and I
yeah,
mean, they gave us fucking what, $30 and free food? So, I
yeah.
mean, I never went to a convention that
No, you were there the first year, right? With
yeah.
okay, and they've grown a whole lot. And I guess they're growing still some more. So I'm saying it's a good show. I just I guess I don't have as much fun, or I don't let myself have as much fun because it's not my crowd, and I don't want to like offend somebody. So I kind of take it easy than I would at other shows, until later. But you know,
Yeah, man, not me, that's Saturday. I started drinking when I got there. Said,
yeah,
"Fuck it," because I didn't drink that much the, night before. I think I had 3 beers. the
Yeah.
whole night. So after we left setup, friend of the show came by to pick us up after I kind of drove 10 minutes down the road already. But that's all right. Why don't you take it from here, Joe? I would like a sip of water.
Yeah. So thanks, my brother Roop, for coming to pick us up, driving us around, and stopping at all the errands we needed to make, and just hanging out with us. And well, he hung out with us all the next day as well, and then drove us out so we can get something to eat before we started doing our major drinking for the day. Because yeah, you started early, but we never stopped. I didn't start until about 3 or so, or whenever I ate. I don't even know what time it was, but it was later than you. Of course, I started very early the night before, like right when I got there.
I think we ate something at the show.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we did. No, but I had those fucking quesadillas that were just shit. It was fucking garbage.
I mean, that the old veteran put a lot of grease on that shit she did.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit just not making me feel good. So yeah, so I had
But
that complication as well.
but I got him twice. I looked at everything, kind of eyeballing it, and I was like, "Yes, it'd be the only thing I would get." But you got shrimp off a truck, so that was probably pretty sweet.
Well, it didn't leave me feeling bad the way the quesadilla did. So yeah, the gumbo, I had got it last year, and I'll get it again if I do this show again. I don't know what their situation will be next year because they are moving. They're moving to the Los Colinas Irving Convention Center. So yeah, they continue to grow, I guess, and need more space. But this one's always like, when it comes along, I'll decide whether I'm gonna throw in an application or not. Because I know the past 2 years it had conflicted with something else. It's kind of hard not to do it when it's right here in Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see how it goes, what the prices are, and all that. Cause, woo, I'm getting at the point where you got to go out there and promote.
Hmm.
But I can't spend all this money just to promote if nothing's gonna come back. Because 'cause I'm sure like you get a lot of people's like, "Oh, this shit's fucking great. I'm gonna order something online. I'm gonna hit you up about this." It might have happened 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
in my 20 years almost of doing this shit.
No, I mean it happens for me, but like this show, I don't think anybody that ever has said, "Hey, we need shirts for our haunts or whatever," and I'll give them the information and everything. I don't think anybody's ever hitting me up afterwards. A lot of the other shows, yeah, people have for their, I don't know, movie or whatever. I
Well,
mean,
fuck you. How about that shit? Some bitch. Oh, Mr. People like you over here. Go fuck yourself. Oh shit. So yeah, Saturday we did some drinking, or you guys did. Like I said, I didn't have much. But we were out with your family and shit, grilling in the back, or your new white family, as we'll call. No, not new, newish white family, grilling in the back, and you were doing some drinking and almost knocked over the grill a few times.
almost though, almost. See, this isn't fucking hand grenades or what's that other thing they call it? Cock shoes. It's not cock shoes. Yeah.
The lid did fall off a couple times,
Oh, that
but
thing's faulty.
however, I
Fault.
I was impressed when it tried to fall off, but it got caught on the handle and you were still pulling it. I was like, "Oh shit, okay. He's not that drunk yet."
I was.
I know. I know. But you really wanted to cook those sausages, Joe.
Yeah. Because you love sausages, and like that's pretty much all you'll eat. But no, you had to fucking, I'm going to Portillo's because there's a Portillo's here Allen, Texas, and I gotta have Portillo's. You know, they got the
Fuck yeah.
hot dog with a pickle on it.
That's what you got, but didn't eat it
Didn't eat it.
because you were so excited to start grilling and drinking more.
It was Friday.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we did some drinking. We watched a movie that we talked about, and Joe was nodding off for probably the last 30 minutes of the movie. And then for some reason, decided to sit down and lay on the floor like that was a good idea. And instead of going to bed, like I suggested multiple times. But that's okay. And then that first movie ended and it started playing. No, no, no.
Hmm.
Then I didn't watch all of another fucking movie we'll talk about. So I'm gonna watch the last 30 minutes of that. And then you fell asleep a few times during that. And I was like, fuck, I'm stuck here watching this fucking piece of shit again. God damn it. And I kept trying to say, hey, Joe, you should get up and go to bed, bud. We got a big day tomorrow.
Oh no, no.
And then you fell asleep again and it started playing, and I didn't know where the fucking remote was. So now I'm stuck here watching it like a dickhead. So that sucked.
It was on the counter.
Well, so then after that, I don't know. It was time to get some sleep, as they say. And I can never sleep when I'm away from the house. So I really didn't. It's just, kind of just laying there on a strange couch, tossing and turning and saying, "Hey, it's 5:30. It's probably, a good enough time to get up before everybody else does and take a salad and a shower and start my day." So, I'm in Joe's bathroom trying to figure out how to get the shower going. And I remember last time I couldn't do it. So after that, I say, "Hey, Joe, your shower, what the fuck?" And you were like, "Oh, yeah, you got to do something with the bath spigot. Do this, do that, push it or pull it or turn it." You said something. So I remembered that. So now I'm down on my hands and knees in front of the bathtub where I'm sure multiple people let some piss drips fall out and shit. So, I'm on there tugging on this thing, turning this thing. Nothing's happened. I had a long day of driving and I did some drinking and I've been outside. It's Texas in the summer. It was fucking hot. I needed to wash, Joe. So, I got on all fours in your bathtub and started doing this shit, filling my hands up with water and splashing shit like some kind of fucking Cambodian. Mhm. And then, oh, you gotta wash your ball bag and asshole. So now I'm doing the classic Spider-Man pose where he's like squatting down with one of his hands in front of him. Then I'm just scooping water, slapping my nuts, slapping my fucking asshole with this shit. I'm just like, all right, I got a base coat of water. Now it's time to soap up. So that was fucking fun. It was a good old nice Cambodian shower, one step above a whore's bath. But I did feel better afterwards and waited for about another hour for people to get up.
You would never make it as a trucker, Tom.
No, I'd have the couple bucks to pay for a shower inside the gas station. Red says they call your name and shit when your stall's ready.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was something. I was just glad I was able to fucking do it. I took an extra long shower the next day though, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, we woke up and then hit the old convention. And yeah, I got a couple right off the bat, and then it fell right off a fucking cliff. It was like, oh, this is gonna be a good show. All right, nope, fuck you, get fucked, dick licker. Tee-hee. So yeah, the rest of the show was like you said, just looking at that old clock. Then what did we do after the show there, Joe?
We went out to a place called Bubba's 33. And I'll tell you guys, if you haven't eaten this at this place, fucking don't. It sucked. I mean, the beer was cold, and their lines were clean. Usually, you order a Shiner, you can tell right away if they don't clean out their fucking lines to the kegs and shit. But yeah, the beer was good, but all their food, fucking garbage. Fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to fuck up fries,
Hmm?
but geez Louise, I fucking I don't like shoestring fries to begin with, but like if I go to a sit down restaurant and get those, it's like, what the fuck are we doing here, people? You're supposed to be a step above fucking McDonald's and Burger King and this shit. And then you come out with this. Oh, but no, these are a little fancier. They have pepper on them. Get fucked. Okay, Bubba? Get fucked by 33 dicks.
Uh, yeah, I ordered the fucking appetizer combo because it's hard to fuck up anything on an appetizer combo, right? But I didn't like any of that shit. They're fucking fried cheese, man. How can you fuck up fried cheese? If they have this weird ass segmented,
Yeah, they made them look like steps.
yeah, that was stupid. Their wings, they weren't fucking wings. They were just pieces of chicken, chunks of chicken. People call them boneless wings, but those aren't fucking wings at all. They're chunks of chicken in the fucking batter, hot sauce, and all that shit. So their sauce was okay, but the chicken just was like real fucking, I don't know, frozen. It was frozen, is what it was, and they fucking heated it up, threw it in the fryer, threw it in the sauce, and it wasn't good. And I don't even remember what the other thing was on the fucking
Pickles?
fried pickles. They're all right. They're a little salty, a little too salty.
Somebody might have put cum in them. You'll never know because they were fried.
I'll never go back, so I'm done with that cum. That's for sure.
Yeah, I ordered a chicken parm sandwich, which was fucking weird because they had like a pasta section, but they didn't have chicken parm. So yeah, the lady asked me, "Do you want everything on it?" I was like, "What the fuck? You put on a chicken parm sandwich? It's fucking chicken parm and fucking on bread. That's it." Oh, lettuce, tomato. Are you fucking dumb here? What this? No, no. I just want the sauce and cheese. We're good. So it came. I looked at those fries. I was like, fuck. Well, I'm going to throw some ketchup on them and try them anyways. Nope, that was right. So then I just took the bread off because I didn't want that. I probably could have told her that, but whatever. Then I just ate the chicken on there and I ordered some chicken wings to go for, when I got back to the room drunk. Those suck too, Joe. Those suck too. But these were actual chicken wings. So that was nice.
Bone in, they call them. Yeah,
That's right.
of course they have bones in them. They're not wings if they don't. Uh, Yeah, and then it was back to the hotel for more drinking and
Hold on. Can we talk about chicken wings for a second?
Go ahead.
You know, it'd be fucking awesome if they could fucking do a thing where they like take all the fucking meat and skin and shit off of the bone beforehand and just like fry that so you don't have to fuck with the bones and shit, but it'll still taste like how it's supposed to.
It would just be little shreds and
Yeah,
shit.
but you can get like a bowl of it or whatever, eat it with a fork.
That'd be all right.
Yeah. Somebody do that. Just so you gotta, especially you kind of look like a Mo. If you're out there eating fucking chicken wings and shit, especially when you get the fucking wing parts and you gotta push everything down and then go, kind of look like a fruit doing that shit. And it's a delicious food. Yeah, how do you look more like a Mo eating chicken wings than you do like a hot dog or a sausage sandwich or
Corn.
something? Yeah. So somebody fucking do that shit. Make $1,000,000 off me. Cause it tastes different. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like that part of the chicken, it tastes different. You try and like fucking do it with chicken breasts or chicken thighs or something. It's not the same.
Right.
Crazy. It's shit's weird. I don't know. We're probably not even supposed to eat them and shit because they're alive, but
Oh, I'm sure. But fuck, shit tastes good.
mm-mm-mm.
So then it was back to the hotel just for more drinking and kind of like what we should be doing at Frightmare, like you mentioned last year. Just congregate there at the hotel, like we used to.
But it
And
would be, nice if people didn't think it was just cool to whip out blow and start doing it.
shoot, we did
Like
a lot about drugs and stuff. It was kind of like taking a class on drugs.
like, I know smoking bud and shit, that's more accepted nowadays, but I'm always still like, "Hey, man, is everybody cool with this? If not, I'm gonna go stand over here,
Yeah, the
smoke
blow
a bowl or whatever."
still a felony offense, is I think. So I wouldn't want to get wrapped up in any of that. Jail's not fun.
I understand. But it was alright. I not for me, but they were acting screwy. Yeah, they first went to the bathroom, like a whole group of dudes just went to the bathroom. And then after that, it's like, oh no, fuck it. We'll just do it here. Okay. This is really cool. And we just had a conversation the night before about how that shit was like back. It was popular again, baby.
That everybody was doing it again. I said, well, I really haven't seen it that much, except for a couple of certain people, you know. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of it out there.
That is actually, Joe, the first time I've ever actually seen somebody do it,
Hmm.
and it was a whole bunch of people a lot. That shit was crazy. I mean, do what the fuck you wanna do, it's your shit, I don't give a fuck, but I guess I kinda do because it was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" So take that back, I kinda did give a fuck, but whatever.
Well, I mean, you did stand up one time. I figured you would have seen it before, at least. Mm.
Nope, Joe, that was a first for me, except when fucking idiots tricked me into a teenager for smoking a primo,
Mention that.
but I mean, that's fucked,
Yeah, that's not cool to do to people.
especially kids. It's probably pretty funny for them though. But if I would have died, they probably would have forgot about it in time and I wouldn't have had to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Fucking pricks.
Well, with us doing all this shit and prepping for this show and all the other stuff we got going, I didn't watch a whole lot of movies. You know?
But hey, after that, we still did a bunch of drinking, Joe.
Oh yeah, we did. We drank until the drinking was done.
Well, some of us did. Others had to be escorted back to the room so they didn't fall because it was one of those times. That's all right. Wasn't the first time, won't
Won't
be the last
be
time.
fun.
So yeah, I was up for I think hour, 2 hours, kind of hard to remember, but I think there was like 8 more beers in there.
Mm.
So I came back down and some dude, one of the coke guys that wasn't part of our people. He was sitting in my chair, one of the shirtless guys. So I was just, hey, what are you doing in my fucking chair? I leave for 5 minutes to get my buddy back to the room, and you're in my fucking chair. This guy just went, it's like, dude, I'm kidding. There's all these other chairs right here. It's okay. He's like, oh no, that's okay. And he got up, and I didn't see him anymore the rest of the night. So that made me laugh.
That's what's so important to Tom. As long as he gets laugh out of it, he doesn't mind whose feelings he's hurt. Thing.
Oh, it's because of the way I look, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even his buddies was just like, no, he's kidding. I guess that's what you get for being a coked up fuck, you mo.
He probably ruined his high.
Hell yeah. Oh, that was fucking $85 down the toilet or whatever the fuck that bullshit costs.
No idea.
Oh yeah. So then quietly tiptoed back into the room and ate a couple shitty chicken wings and tried to get some sleep. Another night of tossing and turning while you're saying random shit in your sleep. I was like, that's weird. Whatever. Go to sleep. Wake up about an hour and a half before I set my alarm for, and I was back to the old convention center for a lot of yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And then about 2 hours later, the spins started to happen. But throughout the day, got some food and some fucking fluids in me from all ends, and shut down at 4. I was able to get out of there at 5. Got home slightly after 9, which I was expecting to get home around 9:30, but it was a couple fucking minutes after whatever the fuck I just said, 9. And I made a couple stops too. Like I usually only make one to get gas right before I go. But I guess I didn't put enough fucking gas in because I was impatient and just wanted to go home. So I had to stop a little bit. Where was it? Huntsville? And
Mm-hmm.
put a little bit more gas in there just in case there was an accident or something on the highway and I was stuck there. I didn't want to be fucked. So I was just like, I'm already stopped. Another 5 minutes ain't gonna do shit. I'll run to this McDonald's. So I pull up, get in the drive-through line, roll my window down, and then their sprinklers kick on. So that was fucking awesome. Pull up to the drive-through fucking window to pay, all wet. Here you go. Get my shitty chicken sandwiches and get back on the road. Air dried myself with the window open. Why'd you place those things there, McDonald's? Why would you do that? Because it's funny to somebody.
Right.
I understand. I did that yesterday.
They probably got it on film.
Hell yeah. It was just kind of like this.
Well, I'll tell you this though. You talked about like you started to get the spins. Well, like pretty early on, I was like, well, fuck, did a lot of drinking last night. I should go get a Bloody Mary to equalize things a little for today, and I usually do that. Oh, this bar that was selling mixed drinks. You see how small those fucking drinks people were walking around with? That looked like a shot. But no, they didn't sell Bloody Mary, so I was like a bit disappointed with the venue for that.
Yeah, I'm not a big mixed drink guy,
Mm.
but I'm pretty sure that's a popular one, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a stand. That's what people buy in the mornings, to kind of like ease up their hangover a little.
Yeah, I tried that hair of the dog shit on your recommendation once, and yeah, I almost fucking puked all over everything. So that beer took fucking hours to drink.
Hey, it works for me.
Well, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But yeah, I mean, I had fun hanging out with you and the guys. It was just wish all that time and effort paid off, but it rarely does. Now I just have stuff to that excuse me, won't sell at Houston Horror Film Fest and Trans World. So hey, look out for fucking March 2025 where I sell everything I have left and then hang myself.
He calls it Project 2025. Um, yeah, that's, I mean, all I can say is a good thing about that show is I don't spend money, with the vendors, unlike at other shows I do. There's people that have cool shit that I want. At this one, no, it's like I don't really, none of that they're selling there really appeals to me. You know, maybe they had bigger, like if Home Depot was set up and they had their like dog skeleton, I'd have probably bought that for Lisa. She wants one of those. Um, yeah, but nobody's selling big shit like that.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't want to say a smaller show
Mhm.
because the only other fucking Halloween shows I've been to is fucking Trans World and the Halloween and party attraction shows, and those are like fucking big giant shows and shit. But uh yeah, it was all right. There
Yeah,
was nothing I was really after. They had like a little magnet with a pumpkin with hard eyes. So I was just like, oh yeah, Lori will like that. That was it. Now I just want to find somebody who can make magnets like that because it's like a nice metal one. It's kind of not bullshit. I was like, hey, maybe I can get some fucking masks on that. Probably people probably won't fucking buy them anyways. I'm just here waiting to die. God damn it. That's what I've been thinking a lot about too lately.
dying.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then like, hey, what if I go get another job or something? Oh, you'd probably be making a little bit less or as much as you are now doing something that you don't fucking want to do.
Right. Yeah.
Then I'd probably have some free time to, you know, buy rope. I'd have the money for it too.
Mm.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'd probably get a discount at Jersey Mike's too. We'll see. We'll see. And they got that slicer there. I can put my fucking head in it. Here's some real gabagool, you fuck. But Joe, you watch some movies.
Not really, Tom.
Fuck.
Go ahead, because I know you watch more than me. Whatever I watched, you watch at least double, because that's what you do.
Oh, okay.
Your podcast, you see.
As I produce it.
Mm.
I watched this movie called Lethal Force. Have you seen it? Yep, that's the one.
Just
Lethal Force.
that. Look at all this shit that's going on. Look at those masks. Take that, Ghost. Fuck yeah. Special features. It got all kinds of shit on here.
Can you do me a favor, Joe?
Yeah.
I read the back of the DVD, but I don't think you did. And I'm not 100% sure what the fuck was going on in this movie. So how about you read the back of the DVD there?
Okay. After his wife is murdered and his son is kidnapped, a gangsta is forced to betray his best friend a deadly killer in this raucous, off the wall satire homage that is to action films what Scream is to horror movies. It's a wonderful action comedy horror film that takes the viewers into a world where John Woo and Quentin Tarantino hang out with Kevin Smith and Dr. Evil. Oh, fuck. This is a cult classic in the making. Sure to be a hit with any crowd that enjoys movies. So, when did this come out?
2006, I think it was.
2001.
Okay.
2001 it came out, and 2006 Unearthed put it out.
Okay.
That's enough time to make it a classic, right? Because it's to make it a cult classic, right?
I don't know, Joe. I think the distributors did something silly to this movie. I mean, maybe this. Okay. First off, this is not a fucking horror movie at all. Has nothing to do with horror or anything. Like, it has some gore effects in it. So that's probably why they said it. But this is like I don't even know if it is a satire or a parody, but
At times, at times it feels like they're trying to make a legit low budget action movie, and then at times they're making fun of themselves.
but I don't know, it just comes off like somebody fucked with it to make it retarded. I don't know. It seems like somebody pissed in the pot like after the fact. The music doesn't line up or anything.
Yeah,
This seems like it was a manufactured bad cult thing.
it does sound like it was dubbed, and it looks like it was dubbed. The dialogue doesn't match up, just like the music doesn't. With uh, I don't know if it was one of these post production shit. I don't know the technical terms for them. I'm not an independent filmmaker that tries to seem smarter than he is, you know. So I don't know words like or fucking acronyms or shit like ADR or any of that kind of stupid bullshit that people that I don't know
Or
make.
DWN or FCS.
Yeah, none of that. But I mean, I'll say this: the fight choreography on this was a lot better than you'd expect for the budget that it's made on. You could tell they rehearsed a whole lot, and their kicks are off. They're obviously not making any kind of contact, but shit, they knew what they were doing. A lot of it looked really good.
Like, if it was edited better, it probably would have looked a lot better because it just seems like they're a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is what it should be. It just seems like it's a little slow and holds there for a little bit more than it should. If they quick cut this shit, and it probably would have looked a little better. But this movie, I didn't look too much into it. I probably should have found the remote and put on the commentary track when everybody was sleeping and shit. That would have helped. But it said the director was Cash Flag Jr.,
Director Alvin D. Ikarma.
but that's also he goes by Cash Flag Jr.
I remember seeing that name specifically in the credits.
because he's like writer, producer, director, star.
Yeah, that's one of the cast members on here.
So
The music was by Vincent Van Gogh.
Cash Flag, that's Ray Dennis Steckler. That's that bald guy Severin put the box set out on,
Yeah.
where he makes those whatever you want to say movies. So I don't know if this is really his son maybe saying, "I'm gonna make movies too," or maybe it's his son saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make bullshit like in the vein of my dad knowing it's bullshit." Or is it somebody else like just, "Oh, I'm gonna call myself Cash Flag Jr." because I think the guy's real name was Ray Dennis Steckler? So that's kinda confusing right there.
So he would have been the guy that was the first, the kidnapper guy,
I don't fucking know.
because he was the only baldish guy, or he was bald. Yeah.
I was trying to look at the faces, and I thought maybe anybody except the black lady could have been him.
Or the kid.
Yeah, but even then, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Movie magic, they call it.
It's a very, very confusing movie, especially when you're watching it. But that being said, like, it's pretty goddamn entertaining for a bad movie night for sure,
Yeah.
because it's so like, "What? What the fuck? What? No!"
If you're the kind of person that's into no budget, then I think you would dig it. Me, it was a fun watch, but I'll never want to watch it again. It is going in my box.
Well, save it for me. Maybe send it my way so I can listen to the commentary track and
Well,
shit. Cause
looked and it says it has director's shorts on it, so I'm gonna watch those and see what those are all about before I even take it to the shop.
or maybe you listen to the commentary track in the background and report back and let us know. Cause this is a confusing as fuck movie. Like, it's asshole shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, everything's just, it just seems kind of manufactured. Like, oh, fuck. Oh, we fucked up and sucked a dick. Now we gotta try and cobble something together to, do something with it. Cause there's like weird shit where like words will start or flashing on the screen, but it's one letter at a time. It's like weird fucking shit. Uh
At the end, where they had that wavy motion going on, for one of the last fights that they had, that was purposeless. Yeah.
yeah, a very, very weird movie. I do want to watch it again with the commentary just to maybe figure something out, but yeah, it's definitely worth watching with a group of people. You have to be a fucking idiot to watch this by yourself. But if you watch it with people, you'll all just be like, "What? What's going on?" And you'll laugh and be confused because it's just crazy, ridiculous shit. And then you got like fire extinguisher blood sprays for really no reason
Mhm.
except, yeah, that'll be something. Like he kicks multiple fuckers in the head, and then a fire extinguisher stream of blood just shoots out of their fucking head. It's fucking weird shit. And then the guy gets like half his fucking head cut in half and shit.
By a kid.
Yeah, it's real weird shit. I would definitely recommend watching it, but not by yourself, and probably get beer and legal marijuana. Yeah, real weird shit.
Charlie says Cash Flag would have been a badass 80s detective show. I say it would have been better if Cash Flag was Colonel Flag from G.I. Joe's brother that's always fucking up, getting into some kind of scheme or other, and fucking Colonel Flag has to bail him out all the time. But then he leaves always with a smile on his face because, oh, there's my brother. That's half the battle there.
Yeah, I never was a fan of GI Joes. They didn't go up the old anus easy enough.
I know.
But I did get those Mortal Kombat figures that they made using the G.I. Joe molds.
I'm not familiar with those.
They sucked, but I still bought them because they were Mortal Kombat. I'm a piece of shit.
I've got a couple of the Malibu comics. I think probably from some collection I bought when they were in there, and I still never read them.
You should read them. You'll love it and fall in love.
Sure. Did you watch anything else, Tom?
Yep. How about you?
Hold on. Where'd my list go? Yeah, I did.
What'd you watch?
I watched the Shudder original Late Night with the Devil. At least I think it's a Shudder original. I watched it on Shudder. This is about a guy that has a late night talk show, Tom. You know, one of them little shows where they bring on celebrities or, you know, kind of weird people to talk and be entertaining, late night stuff. And he was great, man. But he wasn't as good as Carson. And that always bothered him. He always wanted to be number one, you know, and he's on top of the world. They're showing, well, he's second on top of the world because Carson's there. And then they make a little reference like, oh, yeah, he would go to this rich elite thing. And they say they were a cult or something, you know. So that kind of tells you some shit that's going to go on later. They kind of like fucking tell you why everything's going to go on. But anyway, his wife dies and he's all depressed and takes a sabbatical from the show. Then he comes back for a Halloween special. You know, it's the thing he would do every year. Get some spooky guests on, you know, and he gets a psychic dude. And that guy's doing his what was that guy's name that would be on the Sci-Fi Channel? Oh, I'm getting a sense here. Is there a Gertrude?
John Edwards.
John Edwards, yeah, crossing over with John. So he's doing that shit, you know. And then all of a sudden he gets like a real freak out, you know, some real shit's going down. Oh, Manuelo, you know. And then whatever, they take him off to the hospital. He dies on the way. Then they bring this other guy that's like a hypnotist, like a Kreskin type guy, you know, and he's like, he was part of this whole shit, but now he's a debunker, Tom. You know, doesn't believe in any of this, thinks that anybody that does the whole Penn and Teller thing. Hey, if anybody can prove it, I got a check here for $100,000 for you. I think they do theirs at $1 million, but I don't even think they got $1 million anymore. You know, those guys ain't done shit in a while. They were in My Chauffeur. After seeing them in that, they should have really gone nowhere and done anything because that movie fucking sucked, and they sucked in it. But yeah. So anyway, there's this lady that comes on and she's got a kid that was part of a devil cult. And maybe she's possessed. Maybe she's not, because that debunker doesn't think so. The movie, it starts out great, man. The whole setup is good. The look of the show is really good. The main guy that's the talk show host dude, he's fucking outstanding. And then the last fucking what do they call it? The final act is what these pricks usually say. The final act of the film, it all goes to shit, you know, and the girl's like all possessed and stuff because it turns like some digital effects, you know. It looks like garbage and it's just very anticlimactic, you know. This guy, part of the reason this shit's happening to him this night is because he made a deal, Tom, a deal with Hollywood to get his butt fucked. No, with the devil, butt fucked. And yeah, you know, you're never gonna win out on that deal.
Unless you play guitar very well.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, it was great, and then it was very disappointing. A lot of movies been doing that to me. You know, they got this build up, and then they go nowhere. Or they do something that just pisses me off, and it's like, fuck, you know, you fucked it up. Not only that, but you wasted my time again. Fucking hate doing a movie podcast.
How was the AI art that everybody was up in arms about?
What AI art?
I don't know. They said they used AI art in the movie, and everybody was like, "Whoa!"
I
Then
don't.
I'm
It
just the
they have the set decorated for Halloween, and there's a pumpkin that's straight from fucking Home Depot. It's like a jack o' lantern, and it's got the mesh in front of the eyes because the eyes light up. They didn't have that shit in the fucking 70s. They, not like that anyway. I could tell. Hey, man, come on, you're prop people. I don't know what the AI shit was about. I didn't hear any of that. Oh, AI is gonna destroy us all. Is Tom frozen?
I will, but probably not.
He's back.
It's weird how that happens when you get brand new fucking awesome internet. That's okay. And you're on this fucking goofy ass gaming laptop. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. What about you? Did you watch anything else?
No.
No. Okay, so if that's the case, we better move on to La Bamba time. That's right. We're dedicating this week and the next 2 weeks to a focus on a horror movie from the great Lou Diamond Phillips, the Filipino terror of Hollywood. Um, we started out with The First Power.
Do you know anything about this fucking guy? Like I thought he was a karate man or some shit. But he's not. He's just a fucking actor.
Yeah, he's just an actor. I know he's from Flower Bluff, which is the town right next to Corpus. That's all I know about him. I don't know how he got his start in Hollywood, but I don't know how he sustained working in Hollywood because the guy's terrible. He's a fucking lousy actor. Yeah, maybe some of that. Some of these producers want some of that ethnic mouth.
Damn. I gotta remember that shit. What that ethnic mouth do. Hold on. I gotta write ethnic mouth down because that's the title there, Joe.
he he was always playing a Hispanic or a Native American, and people associated him with that. They thought he was either or. Neither. He's Filipino. He's a.
Well, how does that make you feel as a guy playing an Hispanic?
Well, I wasn't gonna get the roles he got, so it doesn't fucking matter to me.
Is it because you weren't using that ethnic mouth?
Yeah, no.
That's good. Oh boy.
The
First power.
the first power in this one, it's not established what race or ethnicity he is. So he's just a cop in this one. I don't even remember his name. Buddy
I
Boy.
think it was Lulu.
It was Buddy Boy. Uh,
His name was Meatball.
he's on the trail of a serial killers, you see, and you can tell he's a no nonsense cop because when he gets out of the car, he throws that door open, throws his cigarette out, onto the street, and just walks with a purpose. He's the only cop on the force that gives a shit about catching this serial killer. Obviously, everybody else, whatever. But then again, he's getting phone calls from people the middle of the night. Oh, he's gonna be at this place, but you can't kill him. You can't. No death penalty. Yeah, whatever. They bust him, and he's gonna kill a cop. Because this other dumb cop, that's playing a hooker. The old Stingaraboo. She gets captured by this guy. So what's he do? Pulls her top open. He's gonna kill her, but no. Oh, Lou Diamond gets him first, but not before he stabs Lou Diamond like 4 or 5 times in the stomachs. Death penalty for this guy. But you know what? You can't kill a guy that has the first power. What's the first power, you ask? The power of resurrection. And he can resurrect himself by taking over other people's bodies. and maybe he knew karate at first and could do flip kicks and shit. Or maybe that's also part of the first power because he does that a lot in this movie. And it's funny to see Luke Diamond Phillips getting his ass kicked, or this redhead psychic he hooks up with to help him take down this guy, seeing her get slapped around and stuff. And then there's a nun that she knows how to stop the first power, and that's with a crucifix knife that the church has hidden and doesn't want anybody to use or know of or anything because the church has got its secrets. Yeah, they get him in the end. I think I don't remember.
Damn, church style.
It was fucking boring. It's not a good movie. Lou Diamond Phillips sucks, yeah, but his supporting cast here sucks too. The guy playing the first power guy is actually decent. He's having fun with the role, but I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot to do. You know.
Yeah, this movie's some fucking bullshit. It would have been, an average, whatever, middle of the road horror movie. Unfortunately for them, they decided to cast Lou Diamond Phillips, so it just fucking sucks. This guy's running around in a trench coat because, that was cool at the time. It's like, hey, fuck face, if you would have taken that trench coat off, you probably could catch these fuckers a little easier. You know what I'm saying? And then he's smoking like he doesn't know how to. I've seen the guy smoke before, and he's like playing with it, doing the he's just playing with it like he's a fucking little kid at a urinal or some shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this guy, but yeah. Uh the shit fucking sucks. Like this fucking he kills this fucking I don't know, a no good Nick, let's call him. And then his spirit comes back from beyond the grave. And it's one of these things where he can go into other people's bodies and fucking soul rape them or whatever. So he's committing these murders through other people. And there's other movies out there with the same plot that I'm sure is better. Shocker comes to mind, but I don't think I like that one either. Wasn't House 3 the same fucking shit with Brian James where
Yeah,
he was fucking electrocuted
I didn't
and
like.
came back?
Yeah,
At
Fallen
least
with Denzel Washington and John Goodman.
mm, classic, never seen it. But yeah, this fucking sucks. Lou Diamond Phillips fucking sucks. Uh yeah, fuck you for not finishing this movie and making me sit through 30 minutes more of it. The stupid fucking thing you're waiting to see what the church's big secret is. It's just a fucking knife hidden in a fucking crucifix like the lady from Candyland. Oh, I can't be a part of this. I can't tell you how to kill him. Oh, you just got to stab him?
Uh, they do have one impressive car wreck scene. Where I don't know, Lou Diamond, what a stupid name. God damn, is driving along, and then the spirit or whatever, the first power guy is in the back in possession of a bag woman's like. Anyway, they wreck into another car and they launch the fuck out of this car. This thing gets some air, and that was the only scene that was like, holy shit, that's really impressive. The rest of the movie, nothing to me. It's long too. It's fucking long. They needed to cut this down by like 20 minutes.
Yeah, after he fucking flies in the car, like his head's all fucking busted open, bleeding down his face. And then the next scene, he goes to the fucking nun for help, and he just has like just a little bit of blood on the side of his fucking head. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this wasn't fucking this. Who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? Nothing about this. Fuck off. Fuck off.
But this was early. This was probably no, it wasn't the first leading role for him. That would have been La Bamba. But anyway, this was his first foray into horror, I think. So he probably improved much more with the next film we'll be reviewing next week, which is Bats. Lou Diamond Phillips in Bats.
Why would they cast this guy as the tough cop? Are they fucking dumb? Are they all stupid people?
I don't
Should
know.
have looked at who made these movies and what else they did.
I don't think I've seen Bats. So maybe in Bats he plays a science guy.
Hopefully he's a fucking plays a fucking blat, plays a fucking bat, and I don't know, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him.
I bet you he plays a no nonsense park ranger.
Ranger Smith. Oh, fuck that shit. Hey, Joe, you like Spider-Man?
No, not really.
Well, that's cool because you like Namor, right?
That's the guy with little wings on his feet, right?
Yep, that piece of shit.
Hmm.
You like him?
Yeah, he's all right when he's underwater.
When he's fucking a married man's wife.
Hmm.
Piece of fucking shit. Why don't you just expand your fucking lungs to the side? Oh, no, he'll just build a fucking submarine he can go down there and get her back with. I don't know. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck all of the fearsome four, the fantastic four, the frightful four. You can all go jump in a lake and get fucked.
Yeah.
So what happened in this issue, Joe? I read it like fucking 5 days ago when the power was out.
I read it today, and Spider-Man's is oh yeah, he was saving that bum from
Oh, he had a silly drunk name.
Drunken
Charlie.
Drunken Charlie, I think was his
Charlie.
Wino Charlie, yeah. So he fell through the roof because they set the fucking roof on fire. The roof. They fell through there.
Hey, Wino Charlie's in the chat.
They save him by putting a waterbed and walking out of the building with a waterbed over their backs or something. Anyway, whatever. Peter Parker has to go stay in a fancy hotel that the insurance is paying for until they repair the apartment. And there, I don't know, that chick that he was gaga over last time comes into his room to watch TV with him. And that's all we see. We don't see if he fucked her or not. I don't think he did, because that wouldn't be very heroic. But
wasn't there something with a singer, like a singer through the wall?
Yeah, there's been a subplot, like at the apartment, there's some guy that's singing country music and he sounds terrible, so he's upset with that, and they get to the hotel and he hears that again. That's some fucking comedic gold right there. But anyway, the fourth member they break out the Sandman and the Trapster from prison, and they go to attack Namor because the mystery member of the new Frightful Four is Lina, something with an L. And it's somebody that the Submariner used to fuck. And she killed Submariner's wife when he broke up with her. And I don't know, they're enemies is what it is. And now they got him on the ropes. The end.
No, to be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. In Marvel Team Up, Ant-Man and the Taskmaster were in it. Yeah, who cares? In Peter Parker Annual, there's this guy named the Rapier, which sounds is fighting Silvermane, and Spider-Man's just in it for some reason. And then in the other Peter Parker, the White Tiger quit. That's it. That's, all the books of that month of Spider-Man's. All around.
Oh, now we get to everybody's favorite part of the show, especially the chats, where I say, hey, if you want a top 5 list, now for top 5 list for next week, now is the time to recommend it. And if we don't get a good one by the time we're done with this top 5 list, sorry. So, Joe,
Hmm.
I think this is. Oh, my bad. Hey, Joe, you like top 5 lists?
Sure fucking don't, Tom.
Fuck. I like this one. I haven't given a fuck about a top 5 list since the best and worst of the year, Joe. 2017. But here we are with a good one. Our top 5 Mortal Kombat fatalities. I know you don't, but I have an honorable mention.
Go ahead.
And what was it? Oh, oh, it's dark in here, god damn it.
Charlie.
It's the pit fatalities. They always did cool shit, you know. There's a little hidden thing. The first one had the pit fatality. Then you go to the second where you uppercut them and they fall into a pit of spikes. Oh, crazy. And then they amped it up in the second one where you can uppercut them and then they'd fucking stick to the ceiling because the ceiling had a bunch of spikes on it. And if you hold down, then the body would fall down, you see. Another secret. And then they had the Deadpool 2, which was like a fucking a pit on top of acid. So you can uppercut him into acid, and then a skeleton would float up and kind of go down the river of acid. And
Why wouldn't the acid burn up the bones?
it was just something cool to look at, Joe. It wasn't that strong of acid. It was like orange juice. That's right. That shit the fucking idiot dinosaurs from Jurassic Park spit on that fat guy from Seinfeld. It was just full of that shit. And then, you know, part 3, they had, I think it was the clock tower where you uppercut them and then they just kept breaking through different fucking floors and shit. And they just kind of tried to one up themselves every time. And that was nice. So I always appreciated a good pit. Mm. Joe, you ever read that comic, The Pit with 2 T's?
I tried to. It wasn't much on story, and I don't think it was very cohesive.
But he turned into a kid or something, right?
I think the kid just hung out with him.
Oh, that's weird. Fuck
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
All right. So, Joe, what is your number 5?
Well, not being a Mortal Kombat guy, you know, I don't know much about these fucking fatalities or whatever, but I'll tell you there's this, you know. The match is over, you know, you've taken no hits. They're all the fucking way down to 0 and they're just there, you know, doing that, getting ready for your fatality. And you fucking go and you don't know how to do it, so just boop, and they fall.
Well, that's not a fatality, but
Well, that is number 5.
my number 5, it's reptiles, specifically from Mortal Kombat 2, where he whips his mask off, and then his head transforms into a giant lizard head, and his tongue comes out, and he fucking eats your head and goes, hmm. That one was pretty good. I like most of the ones where Reptile eats a motherfucker, but that one always stuck with me because it was the first one, I guess. Mm.
At number 4, I have Bad Mr. Frosty doing the snow cone crush, Tom. Yeah, I know this was a Mortal Kombat, but like I said, I didn't play a Mortal Kombat, you know. But I did play Clay Fighter, the sculptor's cut. That's right. And what he did here was like he would like bear hug a motherfucker, and then a whole bunch of blood would come up out of their mouth. He'd throw them down, whip out a snow cone, and catch the blood, and all of a sudden it's a red snow cone. Fucking awesome.
My number 3, Joe, is Cyrax, or fuck me, Sector's compactor, where his chest would open up and somehow he'd get this guy right in the right spot where the compactor would scoop him up and just crush him. And then it would fold back and go into his chest. Like there was room for all that shit. Good stuff.
At number 3, from Killer Instinct, you have the one where Spinal like summons some shit and a bunch of hands come out of the ground and pull the opponent into the ground, like taking them to the grave or beyond the grave.
Well, Scorpion did that, so let's just go with that one. Because he was a skeleton guy too. My number 3 is Smoke, and I'm pretty sure Cyrex did it too. I'm not a big fucking Cyrex guy. But they just let a whole bunch of fucking bombs fall out of their chest, and then the whole goddamn world would blow up. Terrific. Fucking terrific.
At number 2, have Scorpion. He summons some shit and a bunch of hands come into the ground. They pull your opponent down and take him to the grave or beyond the grave.
I think it was just one hand, but that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't play. But I'm out of stuff anyway, so fuck it. You know.
Oh, my number 2 is my most used fatality. And that's the good old down, down, back, forward block when you're Cabal. He shoots his penis out and it goes into the other guy's belly button and inflates their head to ridiculous proportions. And then they float away off screen and you hear an explosion. And it rains like 27 rib cages and 18 feet and shit. It's terrific. Why they did that like that? Because it's funny, Joe. Because it's funny.
Well, I said I wasn't going to say this one, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. From Injustice 2, you have Aquaman. And he, pulls his opponent to the sea and he summons a fucking Cthulhu or a like creature like that. And that creature just eats up the opponent.
Classic. At least it was made by fucking Midway or NetherRealm, I guess. So it can kind of count. But not really. My number 1, Joe, I don't do it often because I still want it to stay special when I see it. And that's Cabal's Scared to Death. He takes his fucking mask off and goes, ooh, booga, 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 booga. And the opponent goes, ah! And they fall over while their soul comes out of their body and runs away. It's terrific.
Former Ghost President, you're right. It might have been a shark. I don't know. It's been ages since I played any of this shit.
Well, Joe, that was fun. And thinking back on this makes me think how big of a piece of shit I am when I was on a recent interview. And the dude, he said, hey, so what are some of your inspirations? I was just like, oh, comic books and cartoons. And I didn't fucking shout out Mortal Kombat. That's fucking one of my biggest, and I'm a piece of shit for that.
Mortal Kombat was probably sitting there waiting for you to say, they're an
It was in the frame the whole time, just there. They did in the early days, they did all the stop motion shit, and they had the live action people. Man, it was just so cool. Not like that garbage ass Mortal Kombat 1 that's out now. Fucking pricks. At least I spent all that money to have a 4K player. Well, Joe, do we have any in the thing, or should I look through it and see?
Let's see. Top 5 Tales from the Crypt. No.
I'll get to it. Once I paint that fucking prop, I'll get to it.
Time travel based movies. Have we done that?
Yes, we have. Because I remember specifically you saying time crimes, and I went,
Child actors, that's a big no.
well, we haven't done it yet.
Worst barbecue incidents. Favorite condoms. Kiss.
Well,
No. Spam recipes. I only know one. Frightmare experiences. We've done that. Alien probe scene. Showers I don't know how to use. That's about it.
well, I guess we got to do child stars.
David Mamet plays.
I fucking no idea.
Fucking child actors. Okay.
Did it say child actors or child stars?
Let's see. Actors.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed what the fuck ever this was. Joe, it was fucking nice to see you and the family again this fucking past weekend. I appreciate you guys having me out and shit. Very nice of you. So thank you again.
Good to hang out with you, Tom, and maybe we'll do it again next year. I don't know.
And hey, everybody, thank you for listening or watching whatever the fuck this was at boygob.com, youtube.com/@boygob. That sucks. They have that at thing, and it can't just be at your username. But what the fuck ever. DWNproductions.net. Masks, bust, props, custom work.
Customshirts.com. T-shirts. Hey, what else do you need to know?
Everybody, until next time. Fuck. Hit the wrong button again. Boy Gob.